Welcome back, good friends. I got no kitty this morning. Seems to be a force of nature over which I have no control. I do have cat yoga refrigerator magnets as delivered by dear Christine at yoga last night, so all is well. Uh, Short and sweet today. A great yogi of the 20th century, one of the most renowned, I guess you might say. His name was Ramana Maharaj, and he hardly ever said a word, but he had a huge following. He had people in the 30s, 20s, 30s, and 40s who would travel all around the world when it was not that easy to get to India, steamships and such, months and months. And some very prominent Westerners, scientists, uh, professionals, people of all stripes went to India to be in the space of this yogi. And why did they go when he hardly ever said a word and basically had no particular theology or philosophy that he was teaching? Well, he did have one, and his primary form of teaching or offering illumination was to ask people who they are. And even more to the point, he would direct people to ask themselves who they are. In other words, the spiritual inquiry of who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And to keep searching. Socrates, another great yogi of 2,500 years ago, he said the unexamined life is not worth living. And yet it's a life that many humans live, the level that most humans are at as a species. Not that many people look within, but the question, who am I? It does then stimulate one of the greatest of all spiritual principles, which is ask and you shall find, seek and it shall be delivered unto you, if you ask yourself who you are. So today you might ask yourself, because obviously in my little talks, I'm always talking about different ways of reconsidering or remembering or reminding yourself of who you are, but you have the answer right there within yourself. And if you ask, what happens for a lot of people is they ask and they start with the obvious. It's like, well, I'm a man or a woman, and I'm such and such years old. I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I'm a banker, I'm an accountant, I'm retired. And then we keep asking, and I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a parent, I'm a mate. And then we keep asking, and then we might come up with, I'm anxious, or I'm worried, or I'm depressed, or I'm dependent, or I'm hale and hearty, or I'm boisterous and cheerful. And we keep asking, and it's as if we keep taking off a veil off of a very bright light. And who knows how many veils or layers have been laid over the top of this light. And so when we ask and we keep peeling off these layers, then we find out. Now, of course, I can give you my opinion, and I do, and there's a reason that I do, and there's a particular desire to awaken, to stimulate, to remind, to help help myself recover this true knowledge of who we are. Because as we get this remembrance and clear away avidya, this forgetfulness or this misperception of who we are, all of our problems, all of our suffering stems from misperception. We don't know who we are. If we did, we certainly wouldn't be rummaging around with these problems which are not proportional or commensurate with our grand state of being. So you might ask yourself today a few times, who am I? You might do a little journaling, but see what you come up with, and perhaps we can follow the counsel of this great yogi who continuously asked people to ask themselves who they are, and then we will most assuredly find out. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.